I get that. I don't understand Mikel Arteta's team selection when you have Trossard and you play Eddie. Do you really want to win? Is what LD says here.
Exactly.
Great super chat and great question. That's not how team of the season works.
No, that's not how team of the season works, because again, it has to be dramatized into everything in England. You have to dramatize a top 4, which is now a top 5. You have to dramatize the relegation battles heating up. Yeah, let's see who can get 200 million quid for being the worst team in the league. Yeah, but the guy who wins the team that wins the FA Cup gets 7 million. That makes sense as well.
Can I ask you a question? You seem to not like anything about modern day football. Why don't you just walk away from it? Why don't you just walk away from it then? Just a genuine question. Because you said earlier that Richarlison should walk away because he's not happy. You don't like it. Why don't you just walk away from football? A genuine question.
No, hold on. I enjoy my second channel more than my first channel. Yeah, because my second channel, I don't get like this. I'm chill on that channel. People that watch it know that I'm just chill on there, mate. Yeah. And I can appreciate good football and good football clubs. Yeah, Real Madrid, Man City right now. Yeah, they've been elite. Yeah, but the fact is, Terry, I can't just throw my club in the bin. It's that you can't change your club. Everyone says that. Well, some people do.
I'm not saying you can't change your club, but you could just go, do you know what? What football has become, I don't recognize it anymore.
Terry, it's
hate it. I'm walking away.
That doesn't mean I don't want to watch it.
Okay.
Yeah, I just don't enjoy it as much as I did when all of this crap weren't in the scene. Like
it's been around. But all this.
I can't stand Sky Sports, Terry.
I understand you can't stand it, but I'm going to be blunt with you, bruv. All this stuff, player of the years and all these, the way they talk about top 4, this stuff's been around for 30 years, bruv, and you weren't angry about it 3 years ago.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I was. I was angry about it when Pavel Nedved won the Ballon d'Or over Thierry Henry that season. Yeah, and go back how far that was. I was fuming. Yeah, because again, it's a rigged event. Yeah, it's a rigged event. Yeah, it's a popularity contest. Yeah, it's a popularity contest, and it's the same. And this is why I can't stand Sky Sports, because the amount of crap they dramatize is mad. They make it all so dramatic. Oh my God! Yeah, look at when that Super League started kicking off. Yeah, look at when your fans stormed the stadium and got the biggest game in England called off. Yeah, look at the way Sky Sports was screwing about it. But it's what it is, isn't it?
No, but I understand that element of it. For me, I love football. I love everything that's about it. I don't think it's got worse. I think it's got better. There are elements of it that will annoy me.
I love everything about football unless it's my club. Yeah, because I can't stand anything my club's.
No, this is the thing. This is what I think it is with you, Lee. Do you know what it is? Do you know the one thing I've noticed about you, and I kind of like it. I love I like poking it. It's like poking a bear with a stick. I enjoy it. Is that you despise your club so much? You've let it spew and warp your view of everybody else's football clubs. And you're not wrong about everybody else's football clubs. But some of the things you say, I love it. I honestly,
how many clubs in world football right now? Yeah, how many clubs in world football right now actually genuinely, by hook or by crook, will do anything to win? How many clubs? You can count on one hand. That genuinely want to win the major honors.
It's a very hard question to answer, and I'll tell you as to why, because I haven't studied enough of these clubs to know what their owners are or are not doing. So I don't want to make a claim that no one in Italy is trying to create the best team in the world if it turns out their owners are pumping in the maximum amount of money they can. Remember, they're restrained from doing that. And this is what I would say to you. The reason that's changed, though, and this is why I don't think you should be blaming all the clubs, is you yourself have said that FFP is there to stop owners from pumping money into their club. So there are lots of owners out there who might want to pump an extra £500 million into their club, but they can't because of FFP. Therefore, without doing the research and understanding why they're not doing it,
training ground, for God's sake.
No, you can't do it like that.
You can.
No, Lee.
There's ways around it,
you can't.
How has Tom Bowley come into the UK, walked straight into Chelsea Football Club and spent £1 billion?
I tell you,
ways around it.
Yeah, Lee. That way, yes. That way, yes, by amortizing over an 8-year period, but the spending will have to slow down. Also, they believe through their contacts and the sponsors they're going to bring in that are nothing to do with them or Clearlake, that they're going to raise extra capital to cover that over a period of time. So you can't just Todd Bowley can't just sponsor the training ground and call it Todd Bowley's man cave. Do you know what I mean? And throw £300 million, and you can't
every year.
You can't quite do that.
It says that.
But you have changed, Lee.
That comment's hilarious. Man said make post boxes.
This is Lee just finds a way. Just find a way to support Arteta, bruv.
When he starts giving me something, to support.
Yeah. Make it make sense. Some of these signings are shit. What is the board and Arteta trying to do? We are supposed to be trying to win. Is what Oliver says.
He sounds like a real one, bro. Always.
I like that. But you have changed though on how you judge players as well. And there's been a viral clip that's gone around. I might save it till next week's show. Actually, This is a viral clip of Lee that's gone around. But take a little listen to this.
We should be in for the likes of Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes, what a player. Yeah, that is everything our fans think Mesut Ozil is or has been. He ain't. He's levels above Ozil.
That was Lee Gunner. Again, I hadn't seen this before, and I see you. I only saw it because you quote tweeted it.
Look at my hair, man. Look at my hair.
I know, bruv. Look at your forehead. It was so small. Nah, we all get old, bruv. But yeah, like that was you backing Bruno Fernandes, and a lot of people have tried to cook you on this. And of course, you're allowed to change your mind as to why you.
Oh, no, you're not allowed to do that on social media, mate. You're not allowed to.
But you can. But what made you change your mind about Bruno Fernandes?
4 years in the Premier League. I think it's pretty obvious, isn't it?
But specifically, what made you change your mind?
He's trash. 4 years in the Premier League has proven that. Back in Portugal, you look amazing, mate. Yeah, cool. You look great. And at that point, Mesut Ozil was walking around the football pitch, not giving two iotas, whether he wanted to be there or not. Yeah, he genuinely couldn't care less. And when you see the guy in Portugal smashing numbers in, assists, goals, that actually had taken it didn't take him to anything in the end. Yeah, but ultimately at that time, he was levels above Mesut Ozil. Because Mesut Ozil, I was levels above Mesut Ozil back then. You was levels above Mesut Ozil. He couldn't care less whether he was at Arsenal or not, mate. Yeah, but now, fast forward 4 years later, after seeing 4 years of Premier League, of him in a Premier League, Portuguese league's not as good, we know that, right? But you've now seen him ghost every single big away game, literally ghost to finals, the Europa League final, where was he? So now the fresh evidence comes to light, you change your opinion on the guy. But on social media, no, unfortunately, you're not allowed to do that because these people love to rewrite history. They love to go back to a clip from 4 years. In fact, it's over. How long's Bruno been at your club?
3 years.
Nearly 4 years, isn't it?
Three and a half years now, yeah.
Yeah, it'll be 4 years in January, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 4 years in January. So they'd like to go back to a clip from 4 years ago. Firstly, who's got the time to be sitting there going through thousands of hours worth of footage to find that clip? Mate, get out, touch grass, breathe fresh air, do something, right? And secondly, they love to then put that to your opinion on a player 4 years later. I find it all hilarious. It's like, mate, all of that just so they can get other weirdos to like and share the tweet around. Like, mate, what is your life? Like, honestly, it's baffling. But unfortunately, mate, a lot of these people haven't got a life. So it is what it is, isn't it? So yeah, 4 years later.
I look at it this way, right? There's a few things I'd say on that. Bruno hasn't ghosted every big game that he's been in, at home and away game.
And he has ghosted
away games. He was brilliant.
The top six.
Hang on,
big six.
Brilliant 2 seasons ago away at Man City. He absolutely was. 3 seasons ago, away at Man City. I remember the game influence.
So he'd only just got there.
No, it was in his first full season. Let me finish. You say he's never done it. I remember that game specifically off the top of my head. PSG away in the Champions League, phenomenal in that game. Very good a couple of seasons ago away at Spurs. His home record against the top teams is pretty good as well. You know, this guy captained the team to win a trophy. Now, what's interesting though about this, I'm not really worried about what you said about Bruno. It's more about I know Lee Gunner's mindset in football's changed because let's just say what you're saying is right. When Bruno Fernandes was scoring loads of goals and he did win a domestic trophy when he was at Portugal. That's always lied about that he didn't, but he did. He won a trophy.
He did win
and was scoring lots of goals
in the league. And then the season they flogged him, I think they won it.
Okay. Let me just finish my point, Lee. So he did this. He then comes to England. You've always said that whatever a player scores and does in a German league or an Italian league or a Portuguese league, you like divide it by 2 or 3 when they come to the Premier League because it's a harder league. So Bruno's come here.
I always said that in terms of wingers and strikers, yeah.
Yeah, so this guy's a midfielder, so it's even harder. So this guy continue to score and assist at that rate. In fact, he's the highest goal-scoring midfielder for a single season in English football history. So in terms of his outputs, that maintained.
He's the highest. Say that stat again.
So no midfielder in English football has ever scored more goals in a single season than Bruno Fernandes.
What, in a league season?
Across all comps, he beat
all comps. Okay, so what's the league stat?
The league, I'll have to go back and look at it again.
I think Yaya Touré's got the league stat, isn't
he? He does. But in all comps, he has that. He beat Sir Bobby Charlton and Frank Lampard's record 2 seasons ago. So he's done that. He's led the team to a trophy as an example as well. But the bit that confused me the most and why you've changed is because you don't watch Portuguese football, so you weren't watching Bruno on a regular basis.
Terry.
The reason I don't think you do is because I don't think you do, and I just think.
If you don't think I do, I can share my screen.
I think the arc in you now is so different. Because I think what you probably did then with Bruno is what most of us do. You hear about him, you watch some games, you read about him, you research him, and you go, he's a really good football player. Because that's what most of us do. I think now people lie; they don't even do the research; they just see stats and go, "He must be, he must be good." Yeah, or Pro Evo. But I thought it was a really interesting clip, and I told you I was going to show it. It wasn't like I was trying to catch you out.
No,
you tweeted the damn thing. It made me laugh. But I do feel like in the last 4 years you've had this amazing villain arc where you've just become. And I think you mean it. You've just become this grumpy old man who's so angry at Arsenal. Like when a guy gets cheated. You're like, that guy in the pub, and you definitely know men like this. You go pubs like I do, who's a bit older, but he's grumpy and horrible because his wife left him for a better looking man, but then he ate the whole world because of it, because of what Arsenal have done to you. You hate the whole footballing world and everything that comes with it.
No, I don't hate the whole footballing world. And just to come back to your point about watching Portuguese league, sorry, I was sat there watching Rennes against Lyon the other week. Yeah, or the back end of last season, whenever it was. Yeah, I get the French league, the Turkish league, the Portuguese league, the Spanish league, the Premier League. Yeah, and I get Copa Libertadores. I get loads of football on my DAZN package. Yeah, so I do genuinely sit and I don't watch them every week.
No, I get you.
I'm working or I'm out. Yeah, but I do sit and actually watch some of these other leagues.
No, I hear you. No, I get you. I'm only messing around.
And the main thing is, I don't hate all football, Terry. What I hate is the social media aspect of it, where clubs have now cottoned on to people's feelings. Yeah, and like I've said before, COVID was the best thing to ever happen to Arsenal Football Club. Best thing to ever happen, because now, oh, look, we get a new song in that shouldn't be there. We'll buy a dog. Like, do me a favour. Yeah. And oh, look, we'll turn the volume up a little bit in the stadium so it comes through the TV a little bit higher. Like,
do you know what I love about it, though, bruv? Do you know what I really, really love about it is, like, you hate the social media element of football. I'm like, bruv, that's literally your job.
Yeah.
It's so amazing.
And guess what? I'll continue to keep fighting until my club do what it smashed that stadium down for. Yeah. If you watch me on my other channel, my second channel, which by the way, big up everyone, that's on 20k. Profiting off of twerking for rivals is now the new narrative. So I'm profiting off of Arsenal's failure and being negative against my club. But then when I go and set up another channel and talk about other clubs, I'm now twerking for rivals. So I get that all the time. I get that all the time, bro.
Dick says the irony is nobody rewrites history more than Lee. Lee was Arteta in by his own definition. Fast forward 5 months and he's Arteta out after hitting his own standards. Lee Waffle House Gunner.
I've never been Arteta in, mate. Go back and watch my video.
No, what he means is let me
clarify this, because a lot of people say this crap to me. Right? Go back and type in YouTube right now. Lee Gunner, Arteta out, go to the oldest video, and it is 3 weeks before he got the job. And I said, I'm Arteta out before he's even in, and I've never wanted him here. Yeah, because he ain't going to take us to where we need to be.
I know that. Well, I think what Kevin is referring to, and Kevin, you can confirm this in
the
comments.
I enjoyed what I was watching.
No. Let me just. It's not trying to catch you out. I'm just trying to say what I think he means. When you said at the beginning of last season, if the manager gets us into a title race or we finish 5 points off the top, I'll back him. So I think what he's basically stating is that you said if we achieve what we did last year, you'd back the manager, and you've gone back against it. I think that's what Kevin is.
Back against it based off of new evidence witnessed, a complete capitulation. 93% of the time at the top league. Oh my God, how dare Lee Gunner change his mind? I love how so many people are so rattled by my opinion on the football club. Yeah, as long as you back your football club and you're happy to be sparkly and unicorny with it, Cool. What's it got to do with you, what I'm saying? Because if you're happy, don't matter, does it? Don't matter. And trust me, Terry, yeah, there is thousands and thousands and thousands of Arsenal fans with the same mentality as me and the same.
No, mate, and I don't disagree. I don't disagree with it. The only thing
we're going to see that this season if it capitulates. Because 30,000 walked out against Brighton, mate. So there's 30,000.
And I hear you on that. And people have got to maintain their own standards. But also, for me, it's just like clarifying, like we were doing earlier with the compete versus winning.
I'm not arguing. I'm just saying 30,000 fans walked out the stadium against Brighton on our best season for 7 years. And they went 2-0 up in the 80th minute. And 30,000 fans walked out the ground. Yeah?
I hear you, bro.
This is the best season ever. So if it does go a little bit sideways and wonky this season, well, there's 30,000 that are going to turn straight away on him.
Listen, I hear you on that. Look, I want to thank the viewers for tuning in to us today. It's been a great show. I'll have some more content out later today. I don't know what I'm going to talk about yet, but something could be coming out.
Oh, don't worry. Every league underexposed.
Top 6 show back tomorrow. Don Hassam on the show with me on Friday. Very much looking forward to that. Kevin's back here for Super Chat again. He says, it's the point that progress will never make you happy. Can't see the forest for the trees, mate. We're infinitely better than we were 3 years ago. Enjoy it.
Okay, cool. Wait, 3 years ago, in fact, 3 and a bit years ago, we won the FA Cup. So that's factually incorrect because we ain't won nothing since. Yeah, progress, right? I see Mikel Arteta do a motivational speech on All for Nothing. Right, because it was all for nothing, right? Where he sat there and said, "What's better, the destination or the journey?" Right, and everyone's sitting there going, "Oh well, destination, the journey, this, no, the destination, yeah, because the journey's shit, and the journey has been shit. Hence why we haven't got to the destination, right? And not only that, furthermore, right, when people say about progress, I'll say this one more time for the cheap seats at the back: it is only progress if you win something. Because ultimately, the league table starts again at the end of May, going into August. You either win the league or you've lost. It's true. Yeah, but again, this is the Sky Sports generation, Terry.
No,
that have built up all of this. Oh, but we finished fifth, second. That's progress. Cool.
No, so again, where I disagree slightly is this. Say this season, let's take it away from Arsenal, so it's not a motive for you. If this season, Ten Hag gets Man United to click into gear, and we improve. Maybe we don't click in together for another month, and then the rest of the season we start to nail it. So we miss out on winning the league because we didn't have a good enough start. But we've become a better team, and there is a fervent belief that is going to carry over into the following season, and we could get even better. The progress made that season can be looked at as, wow, this team could go to another level next year. Just because the league starts again from zero doesn't mean your team reverts back to what it was at the beginning of the previous season. I
understand that, Terry, but Go on.
No, but it isn't ultimately. You're right in terms of if we didn't win the league, it's failure this year in terms of that league campaign. But that doesn't mean the progress of your team, the development, the style of football, the amount of goals, the defensive records, whatever it may be. I'm talking in general here. I'm not being specific about Arsenal. It doesn't mean you just throw all that work out and go, well, it was all pointless, because football isn't a movement. It's ever evolving. The league starts again, but that doesn't mean you start again. I think that's where you and these other gooners. I think it's where you and these gooners miss each other. Some of them act like the only thing that matters is progression, and there's no end goal. Where with you, it's almost like you discount all the progression and just say, well, we have to win the league this year, and if we don't, everything's shit. And I think both opinions, Lee, are wrong. I think both opinions are wrong, and there is a hybrid in the middle where I think 90% of Arsenal fans sit, and there's a very loud 5% this side and a very loud 5% the other side who they're just too extreme in both examples for me personally.
Sorry, if you don't win the league and then you reset and start the next season, you don't win the league again. Where's the progress? Just because an extra couple of spots up the league table, you deem as progress.
It's a good question. It depends on your starting point.
Well, the starting point is 0, the same as every other team.
But it isn't for every team, because the starting point of you're telling me that Luton's starting point this season, in terms of their ability to win the league, is the same as Arsenal's.
We're talking about Arsenal.
Again, but we're talking in general. I was talking generally here with Arsenal. For you guys now to improve, you've got to go and win the league, absolutely. But you've got a chance of winning it this year based on the progression of last season. If last season's progression didn't happen, and you stayed at the same level as the year before, you wouldn't be within a chance of winning the league this year.
I don't see any reason why we won't win it anyway. We've got 11 world-class players. We've got a world-class manager. We've got a world-class training facility. We've got a world-class stadium. We've got an elite song that plays out every week. We've got a great dog. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. The audacity to call it win when you ain't won nothing since you started spending money. Oh my days, this football club.